The Lakers were sold for $10 billion. But what justifies that historic number? Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. To answer that, we have to look beyond the court and understand the real weight of the Lakers brand in the world of sports and business. We're not talking about an ordinary NBA franchise. We're talking about the Lakers, one of the most iconic teams in the history of professional sports. A team with a legacy that stretches across generations, a global fan base, and a reputation for being at the center of the league's biggest moments. From Magic and Kareem to Kobe and Shaq, and now LeBron James, the Lakers are synonymous with excellence, drama, and championship expectations. That reputation alone isn't just symbolic, it has real economic power. The franchise's valuation wasn't decided on a whim. It's the result of deep financial analysis, expert projections, and comparisons with other teams in the NBA and beyond. The $10 billion figure is more than a record-breaking number. It's a reflection of what the Lakers are, what they have been, and what they could become in the next decade. According to Giacomo Dinez, valuation specialist and professor at St. Paul Business School, analysts usually rely on more than one method to estimate the value of a company. In a transaction of this size, the process likely involved what's known in the industry as a triangulation strategy, combining multiple approaches to reach a balanced, well-supported estimate. The first and most robust method is discounted cash flow, DCF. This approach is based on projecting the team's future revenues and bringing them back to present value using a discount rate. In the Lakers' case, this means estimating how much they'll earn from ticket sales, broadcasting rights, playoff appearances, merchandise, partnerships, and emerging markets like digital streaming. Considering the team's consistent popularity and strong commercial presence, the DCF model heavily supports a high valuation. The second method is the use of market multiples, comparing the Lakers to other franchises in the same league or even in different sports. Teams like the Golden State Warriors or New York Knicks are also worth billions, but when adjusted for brand strength, historic success, and market size, the Lakers still stand ahead. Their presence in Los Angeles, one of the most valuable and influential sports markets in the world, adds yet another premium. The third technique is the adjusted book value. Here, analysts revalue the team's physical and financial assets, arenas, training facilities, real estate, existing contracts, and liabilities, such as debt and tax obligations. Although this method doesn't account for future potential, it builds a solid baseline for the team's present value. So why are the Lakers worth more than anyone else? Because they've built more than just a team, they've built a global brand. Their relevance goes beyond basketball. The Lakers are tied to Hollywood culture, to iconic sports history, and to a global audience that follows the team religiously, whether they're winning championships or rebuilding. They fill arenas. They dominate social media. They headline prime-time television. They sell jerseys from Los Angeles to the Philippines. This isn't just a team, it's a business empire operating at the intersection of sports, media, fashion, and entertainment. And now, that empire is under new leadership. Mark Walter, billionaire businessman and CEO of TWG Global, is the new controlling owner of the Lakers. Known for his role in revitalizing the Los Angeles Dodgers into a championship-caliber organization, Walter brings experience, vision, and an aggressive approach to team management and global expansion. Even though Jeannie Buss remains involved as the team's governor and retains a 15% stake in the franchise, this sale marks the beginning of a new era. Early reports suggest that Walter's plans include investment in advanced analytics, expanding international fan engagement, and upgrading team infrastructure, including potential improvements to training facilities and digital platforms. In other words, Walter didn't buy the Lakers to sit back and watch. He's expected to make bold moves. And that may mean structural changes, new leadership within the front office, or strategic shifts in how the team is built, all with one goal: bringing the Lakers back to the top and securing banner number 18. The sale also places the Lakers in a unique position to further capitalize on international growth. With the NBA continuing to expand its reach in Europe, Asia, and Latin America, the Lakers are perfectly positioned to become not only the most iconic franchise in the U.S., but the most powerful basketball brand in the world. It's also important to note that this transaction redefines the market for sports franchises across all leagues. If the Lakers are now valued at $10 billion, what does that mean for other teams? What does that mean for the future of NBA ownership? One thing is clear: this isn't just a sale. It's a strategic shift. It's a bet on the future of basketball, the future of sports entertainment, and the ongoing evolution of one of the most storied franchises in history. For Lakers fans, this moment brings mixed emotions. The Buss family represented tradition, continuity, and deep ties to the city of Los Angeles. Their departure marks the end of an era. But it also opens the door to massive investment, fresh ambition, and potentially the return to championship glory. June 2025 is now a milestone in Lakers history, not because something ended, but because something new began. A team with 17 titles, an unmatched legacy, and now a $10 billion commitment to the future. The next era of Lakers basketball has officially begun. And with it, the pursuit of greatness continues, louder, bolder, and more global than ever. Luka Doncic, the star guard for the Los Angeles Lakers, is making significant progress with his off-season weight loss efforts, signaling a renewed commitment to his physical conditioning and overall performance. This development has sparked optimism among fans and analysts alike, who recognize that physical fitness could be the missing link for Doncic to elevate his game to an even higher level. At just 26 years old, Doncic is poised to enter his first full season under a new contract extension with the Lakers. This marks a pivotal moment in both his career and the franchise's future. The signs all point to him becoming a cornerstone of the Lakers for years to come, with high hopes that his presence and leadership will lead the team back to championship glory in Los Angeles, a city synonymous with basketball greatness. However, achieving that lofty goal requires Doncic to make meaningful improvements, particularly in the area of conditioning. Conditioning has been a notable concern throughout his career. His style of play, marked by physicality, aggressive drives to the basket, and heavy usage, demands top-tier stamina and durability. It was even cited as one of the key factors behind the Dallas Mavericks' decision to trade him to the Lakers earlier this year. The Mavericks reportedly felt that Doncic's conditioning issues limited his ceiling and posed risks for long-term performance. Now, it appears Doncic is fully committed to addressing those concerns head-on, dedicating himself to substantial steps during this offseason to improve his fitness and endurance. According to Dan Woik of The Athletic, Doncic has shed a considerable amount of weight during this offseason. He has adhered to a strict diet and engaged in intensive cardio training aimed at enhancing his stamina and overall athleticism. In a departure from his usual off-season routine, Doncic dedicated an entire month away from on-court activities, focusing exclusively on strengthening and conditioning his body. This strategic break allowed him to reset physically and mentally, emphasizing muscle conditioning, endurance, and injury prevention. This focused effort has already shown visible results. Recent photos of Doncic reveal a slimmer, more athletic frame, a clear indicator of his dedication to physical improvement. His physique now reflects the work he has put in behind the scenes, signaling a player who understands the demands of carrying a franchise on his back. Moreover, Doncic has resumed training with the Slovenian national team as they prepare for the upcoming Eurobasket tournament later this summer. His participation in international play underscores his commitment to maintaining peak condition and staying game-ready. Doncic's commitment to his body is about more than just preparing for international competition. It reflects his desire to arrive in peak condition for the forthcoming NBA season with the Lakers. His physical fitness will be crucial if he is to carry the team's championship aspirations on his shoulders. Given the Lakers' ambitions and the expectations placed on him, maintaining elite conditioning is essential not only for personal success but also for the collective goal of securing an 18th NBA title for the franchise. Last season was a challenging one for both the Lakers and Doncic individually. The team fell short of expectations, being eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. While the Lakers roster had evident flaws and lacked the depth necessary for a deep playoff run, Doncic's own performance did not quite reach the level required to lift the team to greater heights. Injuries, inconsistent play, and conditioning issues limited his ability to dominate consistently throughout the season. Many analysts and fans believe that both Doncic and the Lakers will look very different in the coming season. The 26-year-old superstar is expected to return healthier, stronger, and more conditioned, ready to shoulder a greater leadership role both on and off the court. Simultaneously, the Lakers front office is reportedly preparing to make significant roster changes during this offseason, aiming to assemble a squad capable of competing for the title, not just this year, but throughout Doncic's tenure in Los Angeles. It's worth noting that Doncic missed a substantial portion of last season due to a calf injury. This injury sidelined him for more than a month, limiting him to just 28 games in purple and gold. Despite this setback, when he was on the court in the second half of the season, Doncic delivered impressive numbers. He averaged 28.2 points per game, pulled down 8.1 rebounds, dished out 7.5 assists, and averaged 1.6 steals per game. He maintained shooting splits of 43.8% from the field and 37.9% from three-point range, all while logging 35.1 minutes per game. Those stats highlight Doncic's ability to dominate the game when healthy and in form. The question remains whether he can sustain that level of play consistently across an entire season, which is where his improved conditioning comes into play. Sustaining peak performance for a full 82-game regular season, plus the intensity of the playoffs, requires a combination of physical endurance, mental toughness, and proper injury management. For the Lakers, the hope is that a fitter, more durable Doncic can be the catalyst the team desperately needs. His offensive skills, playmaking ability, and leadership are unquestioned. But elevating his conditioning to elite levels could be the difference between another early playoff exit and a legitimate championship contender. The Lakers' future success depends on Doncic's health and stamina, as well as how the front office supports him with a strong roster and effective coaching. Furthermore, Doncic's dedication to improving his body sends a strong message to his teammates, coaches, and fans alike. It shows that he is not only committed to his own success but also to the team's collective goal of bringing an 18th NBA championship to Los Angeles, a milestone that would cement his legacy alongside Lakers legends. Off the court, this renewed focus on fitness might also help Doncic extend his prime years and reduce the risk of future injuries. At 26, he still has many productive seasons ahead, and maintaining optimal health will be key to maximizing his career longevity and impact. As the Lakers prepare for the upcoming season, all eyes will be on Luka Doncic to see if he can translate his off-season hard work into on-court success. The combination of a revitalized player and a potentially stronger supporting cast could make the Lakers a formidable force in the Western Conference once again. The road ahead is challenging, but the foundation is being laid for a resurgence. In summary, Luka Doncic's off-season transformation reflects a crucial turning point in his career and the Lakers' trajectory. By addressing conditioning concerns head-on, he is positioning himself to become the leader the franchise needs. Fans in Los Angeles and around the world will be watching closely as he aims to fulfill his immense potential and help guide the Lakers back to the NBA Finals, rekindling the glory that defines this historic franchise. The NBA offseason is still in its early stages, but already there's plenty of movement and buzz across the league. One of the most talked-about teams heading into this offseason is the Memphis Grizzlies. After trading away their key wing player, Desmond Bane, to the Orlando Magic, the Grizzlies appear to be entering a period of significant restructuring. This has raised questions among fans and analysts about what the future holds for the team and who might be on the move next. Among those names being discussed, one that has caught attention is Jaren Jackson Jr., Memphis' talented young forward and defensive specialist. Recently, Fadeaway World, a well-regarded basketball news outlet, proposed a hypothetical trade scenario that would send Jackson Jr. to the Los Angeles Lakers. While this is far from an official rumor, the idea sparked interest because of what Jackson could bring to the Lakers roster and the needs the team currently faces. Let's break down the context. The Grizzlies, fresh off moving Desmond Bane, are clearly willing to shake up their lineup. Bane was an important contributor for Memphis, but his departure signals that the front office may be looking at a more extensive rebuild or at least a significant retooling. This means that other core players, potentially including Jaren Jackson Jr., could be considered assets in trade discussions. Jackson Jr. himself is a unique player. Though he's officially listed as a forward, he's often been deployed as a center, especially last season when he spent about 54% of his minutes playing in the middle. This shift was largely influenced by the presence of rookie Zach Edey, who often filled the traditional center role. Going back another season, Jackson Jr. played nearly all of his minutes at center, showcasing his versatility as a big man who can stretch the floor with his shooting while providing elite rim protection on defense. Speaking of defense, Jackson Jr. is widely regarded as one of the league's top defenders. His defensive prowess earned him the prestigious Defensive Player of the Year award in the 2022-23 season. He's also a two-time NBA All-Star and has led the league in blocked shots for 2 consecutive seasons. For a Lakers team that has struggled to find a consistent defensive anchor in the frontcourt, Jackson Jr. could be an intriguing fit. On the Lakers side, the need for a reliable center or frontcourt presence is clear. After the collapse of a deal to bring in Mark Williams, the Lakers have been left without a true center to anchor the defense and provide a consistent inside presence. Jackson Hayes has stepped into the starting role, but he's not expected to be part of the team's long-term plans. That's why the idea of bringing in a player like Jackson Jr., who offers size, defensive skill, and shooting range, is appealing. The proposed trade involves the Lakers acquiring Jaren Jackson Jr., while the Grizzlies would receive a package that includes Austin Reeves, Dalton Knecht, Maxi Kleber, and a future 2031 draft pick from Los Angeles. This kind of deal would allow the Lakers to upgrade their frontcourt while giving Memphis multiple assets that could help in their rebuilding or retooling efforts. Austin Reeves is the most notable player heading to Memphis in this scenario. Reeves has been steadily improving each year and has become a valuable contributor for the Lakers. In the 2024-25 season, he averaged over 20 points per game, nearly 6 assists, and over 4 rebounds. His scoring ability and playmaking make him a solid piece that could help the Grizzlies either as a rotation player or potentially as a trade asset down the line. Financially, this trade could make sense for both teams. Jackson Jr. is set to earn $23.4 million in the final year of his contract for the 2025-26 season. The Lakers would be sending back roughly $28.9 million in salaries with Reeves, Knecht, and Kleber. This means Memphis would gain about $5 million in salary relief, which might help with luxury tax calculations and overall financial flexibility. Jackson Jr.'s contract situation is worth noting too. At 25 years old, he is still young and has a lot of basketball ahead of him. His contract is expiring soon, but if traded, he would be eligible to negotiate an extension with his new team. That adds another layer of potential value for the Lakers, as they could look to secure his services for the long term if he fits well within their system. Looking at Jackson's recent performance, last season he played in 74 games, averaging 22.2 points, 5.6 rebounds, 1.5 blocks, and shooting 37.5% from beyond the arc. These numbers highlight his ability to contribute on both ends of the court, scoring efficiently, protecting the rim, and spacing the floor with his shooting. So what does this mean for the Lakers and their championship aspirations? Bringing in Jaren Jackson Jr. could provide a much-needed boost in the paint and on defense. His presence might allow the Lakers to be more versatile, switch more on defense, and open up offensive options for stars like Luka Doncic and others. Of course, this trade scenario is just one idea among many in the offseason, and nothing is confirmed. But it does illustrate the kind of moves the Lakers might be willing to explore to strengthen their roster and contend for an NBA title. As the draft approaches and the offseason progresses, fans will be watching closely to see if this or a similar trade becomes reality. In conclusion, the proposed trade sending Jaren Jackson Jr. to the Lakers and Austin Reeves, Dalton Knecht, Maxi Kleber, and a future draft pick to the Grizzlies is a fascinating concept that addresses needs on both sides. For Memphis, it offers more pieces to reshape the roster. For Los Angeles, it offers a chance to add a dynamic defensive presence who can complement their star players. As the NBA offseason unfolds, all eyes will be on these potential blockbuster moves. Whether this trade happens or not, it signals the Lakers' intent to aggressively pursue improvements and build a championship-caliber team around Luka Doncic.